What's up YouTube, it is SpecialGame75 here today, and today we're playing Sakura Succubus 8 Part 5. Alright, it looks like we're almost close to the end. I have a feeling we're almost there. But anyways, let's get back to this. Eventually, the three of us make it to our destination, a somewhat small trendy cafe that's located in Ikebukuro. Yui says that she'll order and walks over to the counter while asking me to keep an eye on Elise. It's obvious based on the way that Elise is hanging her head that she isn't in the mood to talk to anybody else. I think it's something of a miracle that I was able to coerce her into returning to Tokyo at all. The slightest noise makes her jump like a small animal, one that's ready to be pounced by an apex predator. Awkwardly, Elise's eyes flicker across the patrons assembled in the cafe. It looks a bit like she's trying to plot out an escape route in her head. Watching her is enough to stress me out. It's painfully obvious that she isn't enjoying herself. In fact, it's quite the opposite. She's shaking. Will she be alright? I reach out to her in hopes that holding her hand might alleviate some of her anxiety, but oh my goodness. A loud voice, one I don't recognize, cuts through the hum of casual chatter in the cafe. Elise jumps and glances about the assembled patrons wearily. She looks just like a cornered animal. I'm hoping that a loud explanation has nothing to do with us, but as it transpires, I recognize you. A woman is heading towards us, a woman I do not recognize. She is quite a glamorous looking woman in an oversized hat with her lips colored bright carmine. She's wearing a fancy, well-tailored suit, and her long, fair hair curls in gentle waves over her shoulders. It's hard to take a look at her face given the wide brim of her hat and the sunglasses balance on her nose. Who wears sunglasses indoors? I mean, really. But the skin around her lips looks a little taut. It might be rude to try and place a lady's age, but I reckon she's in her late 50s. Or maybe her early 60s. Still, she is very fashionable, and those heels she's wearing are huge. You could kill somebody with those stilettos like that. They make for pretty good murder weapons. This woman might recognize Elise, but it doesn't look like Elise recognizes her, not based on her blank expression. I beg your pardon, but do I know you? I would be thrilled if you did. Many people do. I am rather famous, after all, in my own right. My name is I.C. Sayuri. I am a fashion designer of some renown. Sayuri? It's kind of reminds me of Sayori. Does the name ring a bell? No, not really. I apologize. Oh well, never mind. You might not know who I am, but I know who you are. You are that girl from that newspaper, are you not? You're the idiot girl. Oh, I guess you could call me that. Yeah, I'm Elise, and I'm an idiot. I'm the one who ruined Maria's big charity ball, and I made the headlines on a bunch of newspapers. Lots of people have been seeing photos of me lying on the ground looking like an idiot. I really am the worst. Elise laughs awkwardly as she sighs. I knew coming back here was a mistake. I should have never returned. I'm so stupid. Elise rises to her feet and her lower lips trembling. She isn't going to cry, is she? But Sayuri halts her. Please do not jump to conclusions, dear. I do not call out to you because I wish to berate you. In fact, it is quite the opposite. It is. Elise sits back down in her seat, albeit hesitantly, and eyes Sayuri. She says, "What is it that you want from me exactly?" I am a fashion designer, as I believe I mentioned, though lately I have been in something of a slump. I have an expedition coming up in a couple of months, but I have not been able to work up the inspiration to work on any of my pieces. The muse has not, as they say, been kind to me. It felt rather as my creative spark had abandoned me for good, at least until I saw your lovely visage on the local newspaper. Huh? Do you really think I'm lovely? Yes, indeed. The photographs of you I saw in the newspapers were not the most flattering, but I can see well enough how attractive you are. You've a lovely face with a very soulful eyes. And now that I am seeing you in person, I can see you've a lovely body too. I knew that you would be a perfect model from the moment I saw you. No, a perfect muse. What the hell's a muse? Jeez. My creative energies, which had once deserted me, came back in an instant when I saw you. I have no desire now beyond making outfits for you, which I might show off to the world at large. You are a true diamond in the rough, and I feel it is my duty to make you sparkle. What do you say, Miss Elise? Sayuri reaches into her handbag and then hands Elise a business card. Would you like to work with me on my upcoming expedition? Elise accepts the card with trembling fingers, her face bright red. This is all so sudden. I don't really know what to say. Please say yes. I have been searching for you all across Tokyo ever since I saw you in the newspapers. You have become my very own Cinderella. Cinderella, huh? Yes, that's right. You might be unpolished now, but I wish to make you shine. If someone wants to combine your natural body with my ingenuity and skills, I am certain we will be able to take Japan's fashion world by storm. Do you not want to be famous, Elise? I promise I can make it happen. I will have you model for me, and in so doing, the world will forget about your embarrassing social fogs passed at Miss Wakatsuki's ball. You shall be reborn as a true icon, one who will be loved and adored by everybody else who seizes you. I am sure you have a great potential. Do not let your fears stop you from showing it to the world. I don't know. I don't think I'm anything that special, really, but Elise continues to dither, gripping Sayuri's business card tightly between her fingers when... What's this? Yui stops by her table with drinks in hand. She looks at Sayuri, then raises an eyebrow askance. Is this woman bothering you, Elise? Should I ask her to leave? No. She isn't bothering me, Yui. She said, I think that your friend here has the potential to be a star. I was trying to cajole her into modeling for me, though she seems a bit shy. I would mind trying to talk to her. Like around for me, she has great wells of untapped potential, though she seems unaware of it herself. It would be a shame to waste it. Yui stands there for a few moments, mutely, her brows furrow. She seems to be turning Sayuri's proposition over in her head, going through all the pros and cons before she eventually responds. Well, of course, Alice will be interested in your offer. Lady Yui, I've not made up my own mind yet. Do you really think I can do this? I'm sure you can. I have every confidence in you. Did I not tell you, at least, that something good would happen eventually if only you kept trying to put yourself out there? I knew you had potential, and it seems like this esteemed lady here agrees with me. You really can be a star. In fact, I think you deserve to be a star. You have worked incredibly hard despite all of the roadblocks that you have faced. You have continued to pick yourself up over and over, and I think that is admirable. It is past time your hard work is recognized. I'm not so sure. I'm so clumsy after all, and awkward. I already tried modeling once with Cosmos, and it didn't work out. People were mean about me. I don't want to mess up again. You might if you adopt that attitude, which is why you need to be more positive. Have more faith in yourself, Elise. Please. After all, Yui takes one of Elise's hands in her own and gives it a squeeze. I have faith in you. Oh boy. I am sure that you can do it. I will be cheering for you every step of the way, and I am sure that Hiroki will be too. Of course I will. You've got this, Elise. There, you see, you are not alone. No matter what happens, you will always have us. And I could not be happier for you than I am right now. Yes, sir. We're working to get that bag. Phew, finally some peace and quiet. I mutter this for nobody's benefit but my own as I relax in my kitchen eating squid strips. Squid strips, the heck? This sure is the life. I like seeing the various members of my succubus routine, but spending time around other people, or succubus in this case, 24/7 can get a bit draining. I'm not an antisocial person, but even I need some time alone to recharge my batteries. It's been a month since Elise was able to luck into getting a job. My life has quieted down considerably since then. Elise is still living in Tokyo, but she's moved out of my own place to her own apartment. I guess she's feeling a little less codependent now that her life's back on track. Yui, meanwhile, has returned to the succubus realm, content in the knowledge that Elise is doing alright for herself. I still see Elise on occasions alongside the other girls in my harem, but her company isn't as demanding, which I'm grateful for. As much as I like Elise, having to comfort her around the clock was a bit tiring. It's nice that I have these nights to myself now. The nights that aren't occupied, I mean, with going on dates with Cosmos to the bar arena, video chatting with Stefani and Elizabeth, or making myself otherwise available for the rest of my adoring harem. My life is still tiring, but it's a lot less than it was. There are fewer demands on my time, and I'm glad for it. Everything's settled down, and my to-do list has become a lot more manageable. Even work's let off a little, which is nice. I'd be happy enough to pass this night watching TV, drinking beer, and eating my salted squid strips. Am I starting to turn into my uncle? When? Look, Hiroki, you'll never guess what. Oh? An excitable voice makes me turn my head. It looks like Yui has come to pay me a visit. She's stepping out of a dark blue attire in her succubus regalia, all skin tight, her horns and tail visible. Oh, on her face, Yui is wearing a bright smile, and her eyes are sparkling. In one hand, meanwhile, she's holding what appears to be a glossy magazine. Yeah, I wonder what that could be. Did something good happen to Yui? You could say that. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Hey, she made it on there. Hey, she made it up there. She did pretty good. She looks like she actually made it. She made it. Yui thrust the magazine in my direction, still beaming. I peer at it, curious as to what the content might be. Yui isn't the sort of person to get excited. Not like this, at least. She tends to be more stoic. When she does smile, her smiles are usually subdued. I'm intrigued to see whatever it is that prompted such a sudden change within her, and it doesn't take me very long to discover what that might be. My eyes skim to the magazine's pages, and then, I recognize that face plastered in the pages of this magazine. That's Elise. She's posing in a variety of different blouses, skirts, and dresses. Her smile is a shy one, which somehow managed to look alluring. The outfits Elise has been styled in are all in very shades of gray and black, much like her typical attire with pops of white and red for the contrast. These clothes are very, very frilly, so much so they wouldn't look out of place on an old biscuit doll. I'm not too well versed in feminine fashion, but I think these sort of clothes will be called Lolita. I didn't know these were the sort of outfits Elise would be wearing, but they look nice on her. She looks just like a doll. Elise's expression might be a bit awkward in these photos. I guess she hasn't been able to shake off her residual anxiety, but I think that actually suits the clothes she's wearing. The stiffness of her smile makes her look more like she's been crafted from porcelain. She's adorable. I'm sure Elise will show you this in due course, but I was so excited when I laid my eyes upon that I had to come here and tell you the good news. Elise might be disappointed I have stolen her thunder, but I simply could not wait. What do you think, Hiroki? Is she not adorable? I continue to scan the image of Elise emblazoned in this magazine, and I look back up at Yui. My eyes meet hers, and then I smile. I can't help it. Yui's obvious happiness for Elise is infectious. Well, of course I think she's adorable. She looks fantastic. We'll have to have a party together at some point to celebrate, but for now, I smiled and retrieved an unopened can of beer from the floor, alongside my squid strips, then handed it to Yui. Here, we can celebrate just fun on our own for tonight, at least. I think she deserves at least a couple of rounds of drinks, don't you? Oh yes, this is an excellent idea. I do not usually imbibe, but I think tonight calls for it. Let us toast to Elise's success. Yeah, let's toast to her current success, and to all the other success awaiting for her in the future. I'm sure as I bring my own can of beer to my lips, that Elise is going to go far. She really has worked hard, and she deserves this success, every ounce of it. I couldn't be proud of her. And I'm glad from the bottom of my heart that I was able to help her. I'm starting to feel foolish for fussing about Elise as much as I was. I really shouldn't have stressed out so much. It looks like this story will have a happy ending after all. Yes, sir! We made it. We made it to the end, people. and it is a good happy ending. And I can tell Sakura Succubus 9 is going to come out very soon. So let me just put it like this, right? From what I think what's going to happen for Sakura Succubus 9. So when Sakura Succubus 9 comes out, it's pretty much going to be about, we're going to see more of Elisa's fashion and stuff, and then a big party of everyone all together. And that stuff, I can see that happening. I can literally see that happening, like, right for the next one. But soon, very on, we might see like an anime adaptation of this series, because, you know, this is like the most successful series that Wing Cloud Games have ever created. Because that's pretty much what this series is all about. Like, you know, all the succubus and everything else and all that. It's actually one of the best series. Even though this can be found on consoles as well as PlayStation at the moment, and even Nintendo Switch, but all the PC ports are going to be coming there very soon, including this one too. But yeah. So also a release date for Sakura Succubus 9. I'm going to project that since this one came out between this one and 7, it's been like about 10 months in between. So I could see about another 10 months later we'll get Sakura Succubus 9 coming out soon. So therefore it's going to be coming out very soon, like, you know, towards the end of this like year, I suppose, or maybe into next year, like that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this whole series with me today. Hope you guys enjoyed this whole series, and check out my links down in the description. Join my new Discord server down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.